Johnny was in English class one day, and his professor assigned the whole class homework. They all had to read a very old poem written over 150 years ago by an old English poet named Matthew Arnold. Matthew Arnold, clearly the inspiration for Wolverine. Now, Mr. Arnold wrote a poem in 1852. It's called The Buried Life. The Buried Life. So, Johnny reads the poem because it's homework. Something in that poem strikes a chord in Johnny. He sends 4 lines of that poem back to us. He says, guys, read these 4 lines. The 4 lines were, but often in the world's most crowded streets, but often in the din of strife, there rises an unspeakable desire after the knowledge of our buried life. Johnny says, guys, this poet, over 150 years ago, he's actually talking about the exact same thing that we're talking about right now. And that is, we have all these things that we want to do, but we haven't done them because they're buried. And we have these moments in our life when we're inspired to go after those things, but the day-to-day buries them. Life gets in the way, and so we push them, and we just never do them. So in that moment, we realize we're not the first people to ever feel like this. If this guy wrote this poem in 1852, how about we borrow this name? Let's call our film The Buried Life, even though we don't know what it's about yet. But our next task, well, we had to figure out what were our buried dreams. And the way we did that was through a question. We asked ourselves this question, what do you want to do before you die? Because oddly enough, the thought of death actually made us think about life. Right? By truly confronting our mortality, it put things in perspective. And when we asked ourselves this question, turned out there were quite a few answers. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how the bucket list started to form. Simply our answers to the question, what do you want to do before you die? And when the 4 of us sat down and we wrote our bucket list as a group before anyone put pen to paper, 2 very strict rules. Rule number 1, you had to pretend you had $100 million in your bank, which we did not. Rule number 2, you had to pretend that you could do anything. So, if you could do anything, what would you do? Well, we would go to space, make a TV show, help build a house, pay off our parents' mortgage, tell a judge, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth? Of course. And then we thought, well, there's no way we can accomplish these list items on our own, right? We're going to need the help of other people. So how about every time we cross something off our list, let's help a stranger we meet cross something off their bucket list. And we'll hit the road for a 2-week road trip to tackle our bucket list. And anyone we meet, we'll ask them the same question. What do you want to do before you die? And if we can help them, then we will. All right, now we had our idea. Where do we start? We had no idea. Never made a film before. Didn't have any money saved up. So first things first, we all worked 2 summer jobs so we could save up, so we could take a 2-week road trip to tackle our bucket list and help other people. We made a simple website with our 100 dreams and a contact page. Buy a secondhand camera on eBay. We're throwing parties as fundraisers so we can pay for gas. The last thing we need for this road trip, it's kind of important, was a vehicle. So we go to an RV salesman. We said, sir, we're going after 100 dreams. We need your help. He says, guys, I got you. Check it out. Just came in brand new. We said, wow, that looks expensive. How much, sir? He says, don't worry, gentlemen. I love what you're doing. I'll cut you a deal. How about $90,000? We said, all right, sir. We'll take that one. Yeah, it's a 1977 Dodge Coachman RV. We added those streamers on the side for speed. That's right, speed streamers. Get our camera, and we're ready to go. Okay, so we're taking a 2-week road trip to tackle our bucket list and help other people, okay? Keep in mind, this is back in 2006. 2006, pre-social media, we hit the road. And as soon as we started to travel, something unexpected happened. People. They start to hear about this road trip. They'd find our website, they'd look at our bucket list, and we noticed emails started to trickle in. People said, hey, I saw your list. Number 8 is ride a bull. My uncle has a bull ranch. He can get you on a bull. Or I saw number 42, make a toast at a stranger's wedding. My best friend's getting married. I'm the best man. I can get you in. But then people started sending us their dreams, asking for our help. So all of a sudden, all these dreams start to come in from strangers. I've always dreamed of flying a fighter jet. Can you guys help? I've always dreamed of playing Augusta. I've always dreamed of singing a duet with Michael Bublé. It's a very Canadian dream, by the way. Now, we did not expect that response. To be honest, we didn't expect any response. But that wasn't the most surprising thing. The most surprising thing was, for the first time in my life, I was starting to feel some purpose. I was starting to feel alive again. And so we thought, you know what? Although this was just supposed to be a 2-week road trip where we make a short film and show our friends, let's do this again next summer.